Can give us a sense, Elon, as to what the scene is like outside the hearing room today.
Yeah, that's right. Well, this hearing is just about to begin. Current FTX CEO John Ray is sitting in the witness chair. He has not started speaking yet, but we are expecting him to outline a laundry list of failures of corporate governance and management, including the fact that he says that FTX was commingling assets, that there was a lack of documentation for nearly 500 transactions. It went on a $5 billion spending spree on what he says were somewhat dubious assets, as well as the fact that he says senior management had access to customer accounts. So we're expecting this hearing to last for about 4 hours. We had thought it would last even longer than that because Sam Bankman-Fried himself was supposed to testify virtually today. Obviously, that's not going to happen now due to his arrest in the Bahamas. And while lawmakers have expressed support for the DOJ's move in making that arrest, they did seem to question the timing of it. We already heard from the chairwoman of the committee, Maxine Waters, saying that the public deserves to hear directly from Sam Bankman-Fried under oath, and they're going to be deprived of that opportunity now because of the timing of this arrest, guys.
Yeah, I mean, the timing is certainly, I think, curious. It's interesting, right? What a difference 24 hours could have made in terms of getting that testimony under oath. All of this raises questions, though, Elon. When you start hearing the word fraud being put pen to paper with all of these filings that are coming out from regulators this morning on what it's going to mean for political donations. Still too soon to tell, or are we potentially going to see clawbacks? And what does that mean for lawmakers on the Hill, including some of those people that are sitting in there with John Ray later this morning?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are a number of both Democrats and Republicans who have received donations from Sam Bankman-Fried or from other FTX executives. The ones who have gotten back to us with a response say that they've been donating those funds to charity. Interesting that, you're seeing this on both sides of the aisle, really. One of the lawmakers who was most vocal about the timing of Sam Bankman-Fried's arrest was Representative Lee Zeldin, who is a Republican. He said that Republicans were ready to grill Sam Bankman-Fried 6 ways to Sunday, and why couldn't the DOJ have waited just one more day to allow this testimony to occur? Well, Zeldin actually got $5,800 from an FTX executive and has not responded to our repeated requests to find out what he did with that money.
We're watching the chair get situated here, and when she begins her statement, we'll take that live. In the meantime, Kate Rooney, I wonder if you expect many members of the committee to be critical of the SEC and their argument that they have enough tools to enforce.
Yeah, Carl, we've heard a little bit of that this morning. Congressman McHenry was on Squawk Box earlier mentioning that and really pointing to the SEC and what he described as a failure of regulation. On the other hand, this company was domiciled and based in the Bahamas, in Antigua in some cases. So there's certain areas where the SEC's purview may not have been enough. We did get a complaint this morning from the SEC talking about defrauding investors and Sam Bankman-Fried's intent here. So the SEC was going after Sam Bankman-Fried, at least this morning, along with a wave of other complaints and indictments from lawmakers. But there is now a microscope in Washington again on regulation and what they can do to prevent another episode like this happening again. This is a unique one. Sam Bankman-Fried, like Elon was mentioning, big donor in D.C., was really seen at one point as the expert witness, poster child for consumer protection. That image obviously shattered and was not the case, even when he was swooping in to what appeared to be at the time do bailouts and really help other companies. In hindsight, and what federal prosecutors are saying is that he never had the money. A lot of this was actually FTX customer deposits. So we're able to build a bit more of a picture of what actually happened here. There is a lot of disappointment, though, on lawmaker side that he is not appearing today in front of the House. And there were likely going to be some questions on where he got the money, although I think based on his media appearances, it's not clear that we would have gotten much that he hasn't said publicly already.
Kate, I mean, even as we see these images from the Hill right now, and I know you're situated in D.C., and we're getting ready to take some of this testimony in real time here within this next hour, there's been a lot of collateral damage. And now, of course, you have all of these reports swirling around Binance as well. I guess walk us through the situation that's happening there and whether we could potentially see more actions taken across more of the crypto space in general.
Sure. So now that FTX has gone bankrupt, Binance is now by far the largest global exchange. They've got about 75% of global trading volume. They halted withdrawals on one particular cryptocurrency. It's called a stablecoin, USDC. It's pegged to the price of $1. They said it had to do with something called a coin swap. But in the meantime, we've seen billions of dollars of withdrawals. Nansen just had some numbers out and put out some updated numbers saying it's close to $2 billion. So you are seeing a bit of fear and jitters in crypto markets. Yeah, Carl.
Let's get to the chair.